Wednesday, January 14th, 2026, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. Well, it looks like silver right now is unstoppable. And in my opinion, it's exposing decades of fractional reserve, like trading in the metals and also price suppression. And with that, I couldn't think of a better person to have on than Eric Young, aka King Kong 9888. Eric, welcome back.
Thanks, Mario. It's a pleasure to be on your show again.
Yeah, and it's always a pleasure to speak with you, Eric. And my first question, do you agree with my conclusion there about what silver prices are telling us? I hear from you that we've just traded above 100 on the Shanghai Gold Exchange, and we traded up to 91 on the Western spot market overnight.
Yeah, so right now I'm looking at I have it on my X account. You can share with your audience. The PM benchmark price for the SGE for silver is at, and I show the calculations as well because they quoted in RMB yen per kilogram. So I converted the price to US dollars per troy ounce. So it's the equivalent of 101.5587 US dollars per troy ounce. So, I mean, this is historical because this is like three-digit silver. It's above $100 in Shanghai, China at
Yeah,
the SGE, which is by the way, that's the physical silver price.
yeah.
Yeah.
And and ex VAT, right? Because we have a lot of naysayers out there who have criticized you for not being an expert. But all these naysayers and supposed experts, I mean, they have egg on their face, in my opinion. And I'm not going to mention names, Eric. And before we continue with silver, I just wanted to have a quick word with the viewers. And a lot of you know that I was offered a board membership for this company, Chancery Royalty. It's well, a very new royalty company. They're going through pre-IPO equity raising. I'm going to put a link below in the description if you want to look into this company. Of course, mining is very speculative, so I would add that. But the other thing I wanted to announce, Eric, and it's really something I wasn't expecting, is that I'm going to Ethiopia next month with the CEO of Chancery Royalty. And we're visiting a mine there owned by Kefi Gold and Copper Company. It's the Tulu Kapi gold mine. And Jeremy thinks it's one of the high, prospects in gold mining in Africa. And yeah, the company has a royalty with this mining company in Ethiopia. I've never been to Ethiopia. I've never been to Africa, so I'm really excited for to do that, and I'm also hopefully going to record some content from Ethiopia. That would be a first.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mario.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So back to silver. Um, Maybe we can talk about what happened to you today because it's one of the reasons why we had to delay our interview for 30 minutes. And I was surprised. So could you tell the viewers and what you think that it means that they're doing that to investors in Hong Kong?
Are you talking about that? The fact that I can't buy some junior
Yeah,
miners.
that's right.
Yeah. So,
If
so
you
the
don't
story
mind
is
going
like,
through
yeah,
that, yeah.
sure. I can't disclose the names of my brokers because of privacy reasons, but I'll tell the story. So what happened last night is, I got a lot of friends on X, right? And I get like really good recommendations for junior miners from yourself too, Mario, right? We trade, information and names, etc. So this one person gave me a whole bunch of names that I looked at, and they are very good junior miners that are restarting old silver mines. So I like that because like those are not pure explorers. The mine is right there. They just need to get the paperwork done, restart, and they got money coming in. So
Yeah,
I tried to
I
buy
mean
it. Yeah,
that's what Chancery Royalty is doing,
awesome, awesome.
restarting old mines that were not really doing that well 2, 3 years ago. Yeah,
Okay, so that's a big, great business model. I was ecstatic. I want to get into it. I called my broker. I pick up the phone because, again, some people ask Eric, why do you use a broker? Well, New York trading hours is my nighttime. It's midnight. It's after midnight when it's active. So I don't like to be awake all night doing this. So I tend to use a broker. I give them instructions and they get it done. Okay. So I use a Hong Kong broker. So I called him, I placed the order, and then 10 minutes after he came back to me and said, "Hey, Eric, sorry, we can't do it because our clearing firm, which is Citigroup, okay, apparently Citigroup like does clearing for all these US equities for a lot of Hong Kong brokerages. Okay. So apparently around 70% of Hong Kong brokerages use Citigroup to clear these transactions. So anyway, long story short, Citigroup told them they can't do it. Like they just not it's sell only, liquidation only for small equities, small names that are $300 million US or below market capitalization, or if they are $5 or below, okay, in terms of share price.
yeah,
So they can't they for those companies they can't execute buy orders. Okay, it's sell only. So I can only buy stuff that is $300 million market cap or above, or like $5 per share or above. So that's what happened, and then that's why today I'm super busy because I'm trying to find an alternative to
yeah,
my future. Understandable, right? So that
yeah,
actually happened. Some people question me. They say, "Give me a statement, like a written statement." Well, no, because this thing just happened. Okay,
yeah.
so
And
I'm on the
Eric,
phone. I'm on the phone, right?
Eric, you know what?
Anyway.
I think this is really bullish for the junior miners. You know what I think Citi wants?
Hmm.
They want these companies for their big clients because they know what's coming and they don't want the public involved. That's what it smells to me. So it's actually very bullish. So maybe we could move over to gold and silver, Eric, and it seems like every day we have new highs in both metals. Today, the high in gold was so far 46.40, the all-time high, and spot silver, not the Shanghai price, of course, traded up to 91.60 overnight. So it's about $10 less than the Chinese price. So do you want to talk a little bit about what you think is going on uh, with silver, especially?
Yeah, so normally, like when there's a big arbitrage, by the way, like the Shanghai Gold Exchange and the Shanghai Futures Exchange, their quoted silver price don't include VAT. Okay. The Shanghai Metals Exchange, which is a separate entity, they do OTC, over the counter bilateral trades. They like their quoted price include VAT. So, but like we're talking about SGE, Shanghai Gold Exchange, and Shanghai Futures Exchange, right? Which, in fact, with the Shanghai Gold Exchange PM benchmark price, it's at today is at 101, like we said, 101.5 US dollars per troy ounce equivalent. So anyway, that's like you said, Mario, is like almost $10 above the Western price, right? Like the LBMA price or the Comex futures price for the nearest front month. And why is that? Well, normally, like you would expect this gap to close, and they do in the past. Like, there's an arbitrage, and then when the LBMA ships stuff to China, you see the price differential narrows. But this time we're not seeing that. Interesting. And also another thing that I noticed is, Bruce Ikasu from Japan. He's a member of the Japanese Bullion Market Association. He shared that the LBMA implied lease rate for the 1 month silver lease rate is now at around 3.5%. So it dropped from, I think it was 2 weeks ago, it was like at around 8.8, 8.5, and now it's at 3.5. So that's interesting because given the tightness of the global physical silver markets, you would think that the LBMA lease rate would spike from the 8% to I don't know, 10, 15, 50, right? Like what it did in October, but it dropped, right? So my hypothesis is that either the LBMA, I think Vince Lancy talked about it yesterday. So it's either the LBMA do not have the physical silver at all. So they're telling everybody, hey, just don't lease. So we create this,
artificial rate.
Artificial rate, like of
I mean,
3.5%.
they lied. The bankers lied during the Great Financial Crisis about the LIBOR rate, so
Yeah.
they can lie about the silver lease rate.
Yeah. So either they are creating this artificially, or I think my hypothesis is that minimal amounts of silver, physical silver, is flowing from the LBMA to China or from China to the LBMA, like either direction. The reason why is because, we mentioned this, China implemented physical silver export control starting January 1st, 2026. So now it's on a case-by-case review basis. Every time somebody wants to ship silver, export it out of China. So if there's any hiccups there, like we don't know, because those are bilateral trades, right? If that is stopping, I don't see why the LBMA or the Western players would ship physical silver to China, other than the whatever silver leases that they took on from China, and they got to return the physical silver to China. So that would explain, right, the weird situation of the arbitrage between the Western silver price and the Chinese silver price not closing, and the fact that the silver lease rates at the LBMA is kind of backing off, in my opinion.
Eric, I don't know if you saw yesterday. There was I think it was the 12th. There was a press release from the U.S. Treasury that saying that Scott Bessent he convened a meeting with all the major finance ministers of U.S. Allies like EU, South Korea, and others to talk about the strategic minerals, how they had to secure the supply chain. And some people are speculating, yes, they're trying to make sure that they get silver. And I think that's the problem. The silver is not flowing anymore. And you sent me, do you want to have a look here at the silver supply in Shanghai? It looks pretty. It looks like it's shrinking very fast. Sent me this chart here, and it shows that Shanghai silver stocks are dropping quite fast.
Yeah, so actually, this, yes, it's dropping again. It's down to, I think it went back up to around 1,500 metric tons. Now it's back down to 1,200. So yeah, you're right, Mario. Since January 1st, that this thing is just dropping. And then on top of that, I sent you a post by Mr. Hansen.
Yeah,
I guess he's a European commodity
actually, Ola Hansen.
strategy.
Yeah, I know him actually. Well,
oh, you know him. So
I worked with him in the 90s. He works for Saxo Bank in Denmark now, but
oh man,
he's
Mario,
yeah.
wow.
But
So
this
he's I think yeah.
this
Sorry.
guy actually he's a commodities guy there, but he's been one of the guys who's been saying that silver is going to correct because of the rebalancing. But I saw this is quite interesting though what he posted here.
Yeah, so he basically posted that China's been loading up on commodity imports. So I think something is about to happen, Mario. I mean, even like you said, like Mr. Hansen, he's not exactly bullish silver. He's posting this, and I think this is a signpost to what is to come. Like China and the rest of the world, the global power players, they're all hoarding physical things that they cannot print. And gold and silver are the, king and queen, so to speak, of these physical things that governments cannot print. So, in my opinion, just look back to what you said in the beginning of the show. I think it is completely natural that silver is just about to break 100 US dollars per troy ounce
Yeah,
in this juncture. Yeah.
unfortunately, what this signals to me, what Ole Hansen posted there, is that these major countries fear some kind of conflict because when there's war, um, it's very hard to ship stuff without any danger of it being sunk or like attacked. I mean, that's unfortunate, especially with what is going on vis-a-vis Iran. So that's a worrying situation. Is that the way you see it?
I absolutely agree. I agree with you, Mario. That's what's happening.
Yeah, yeah. And you sent me also some open interest data from Comex. I think it's for silver. And what is interesting, and I worked in the futures market for many years as a broker. What is interesting is when, let's say, the market is going up or going down, there's a big trend. Open interest usually goes up. And with this big move in silver here, open interest is going down, which is very unusual. What it tells me, and I don't know if you agree with me, is that the shorts are covering and closing their positions. So, and the thing is, this shows that there's still a lot of room for speculative people or investors to go long. Is that the way you see it too, Eric?
I completely agree, Mario. And you know, people always say to me, Eric, the silver price went up, so it evens out. But if the open interest is staying low or drop lower, etc., right? But like physical silver buyers, they look at it in troy ounces, in metric tons, right? Like you can't just shove a piece of paper in your solar panel or your electric vehicle. It's actual physical weight of the silver. So, in my opinion, I think it does like matter a lot that the open interest is not spiking higher like previous blow off tops for silver. So, what I see right now, Mario, is that speculators are being squeezed out, and the rise of physical silver price from $40 to almost 100 now is primarily driven by physical demand by the industrial players.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I've also been hearing that sovereign wealth funds and central banks are involved in silver now. And also, we know India, they're big into silver. So it's not just the industrial guys trying to get real physical. It's the central banks. And I think a lot of these central banks, they are aware of this supply chain disruption, the dangers, the probability that we could have a major conflagration, and the paper, like you said, won't do. They want the real thing. So it seems to me that it's almost a run on silver, a run on the bank. And I don't know if you've heard, but I'm going to bring it up quickly before we wrap up. Someone posted this on X this morning. I'm just trying to find it for you. Oh, here it is. And I don't know if this is true. I haven't seen anything like official, but it says here breaking UBS ultimatum on silver shorts. So it's basically saying an internal UBS report classified as urgent reveals an existential crisis at Switzerland's largest bank, jeopardizing not only UBS itself, but the entire Swiss financial center and stability of the Swiss franc. Says UBS currently holds a silver short position of approximately 5.2 billion troy ounces. So I'm not sure if this is true. There's been a lot of stuff coming out online, as you know, via AI that we can't really count on too much, Eric. So, what's your view on that?
I think if the rumors are true and that the U.S. bullion banks as a whole is net long silver futures, because that's what they're talking about. Like they're not talking about the LBMA. Okay, if those guys are net long at the Comex, then somebody must be net short, right? And the biggest players are the bullion banks, and if they're not the U.S. bullion banks, like you said, it must be the European ones, like UBS, HSBC, etc. Like
Yeah,
this is just pure speculation. Okay, I don't
yeah,
know.
I agree. Yeah,
Like we just like looking at the facts from 10,000 feet above. Okay, so but God knows what they're doing at the
yeah,
LBMA. I mean, I
yeah,
was talking to George Fair. He's the CEO of Scottsdale Mint, and he said that a lot of the forward contracts, that's like basically future delivery contracts of silver are being sold by miners. He talked about that. Okay, so like he's saying that like some of the miners sold their future production into forward contracts at the LBMA. But I heard from other people that like that's only like maybe 20% of their forward production. So they're not dumb enough to sell all of it, right?
yeah.
Only 20 to 30%. Is that going to be enough to save the shorts? And the fact that the major short positions suspected UBS, like you said, or the European bullion banks, they got to deal with the cash market. Like, what David Jensen said. He was on your show. Remember that? He said, even just like the cash market, short leverage short position at the LBM is humongous.
Yeah,
Correct?
that's
Okay,
right.
so like I mean,
Yeah,
is there enough, you know, um, miners selling spot contracts?
I don't think so. And
Like, I mean, come on,
the other thing, Eric, and
yeah.
the other thing, and we can segue into what I was going to ask you to end the interview, is that I think the only way they're going to get this silver to cover their shorts is to pay a lot more for it. But I'm not going to, I don't think the viewers or the silver stackers should fall for that trap of selling their physical silver to these people. We really need to like strangle them, and I mean that as an analogy, of course, not literally. We need to strangle them by not get this hoarding our physical silver, and actually try to buy even more. And with that, Eric, could you tell the viewers what you're doing in terms of your precious metals, like bullion positions and miners?
Okay, so I'm holding all my physical gold and silver. I haven't sold a single ounce. I'm holding all my miner. I'm trying to buy more of like the lagging juniors, and but they won't let me. So I was busy trying to find like a new broker before I got on the interview with you. That's why I did the whole day and
Yeah,
talking to my existing broker. And also, by the way, one of my brokers was laid off today. Like half his department was laid off. So it's like chaotic
I
here,
see.
right? I'm trying
Yeah,
to sort out all this chaos, right?
yeah.
And then I'm trying to find a new broker on
Mm.
top of that. But anyway, I'm holding all my minors, juniors, seniors, mid-tier, etc. Okay, not selling any, but I have sold all my leveraged call options. Okay, like 2 weeks ago. Even though we're in the explosive phase right now, I did that just because like the volatility on both sides is like pretty humongous. You can
Yeah,
get blown out like anytime, right? So
yeah,
so I did
I
that,
agree.
but that's what I did basically. That's where I am right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Eric, just to show you here, I've got a new mug. I think it's quite appropriate. Hi-ho silver. There you go. So with that, Eric, I'm going to thank you and yeah, wish you a great day, and hopefully you'll be able to get another broker and buy your junior miners.
Well, thank you, Mario. Have a nice day.
You too.